Oh my goodness. They actually did it. They salvaged the show. They fixed everything in one episode, and this is actually the best Star Wars media that I've ever seen. And if you believed anything I just said in those past like 30 seconds, you're an idiot. Click off of this video. I literally don't want you here. I don't want somebody with such low intelligence to be watching anything associated with me. You don't deserve to breathe the same air I do because you're a waste of space and you're literally stealing air, life force, and everything in between from the people who actually matter. The higher level individuals, such as myself, that can see through all this nonsense, see through what Disney's trying to do, see through the lies. Disney is trying to get us on nostalgia so bad with this episode because they know it's a complete failure of a show. They knew it. They have to. So the episode opens up with a Darth Maul like figure. This person is wearing like the full-on Darth Maul hood and everything. I thought it was a Darth Maul cameo. And then the camera pans around and guess who we see? We see the chick that was literally stabbed through the heart, chest, lungs, spine, every major organ, every major orifice that would allow a human to survive was destroyed in the last episode. Reva is alive. Now, the fanboy nerds kept saying, the reason that the first Inquisitor survived is because his species has more than one stomach. So when she stabbed him, it destroyed one of his stomachs, and they have more than one heart too, and so it is his second heart. It pumped blood around his stomach and healed him. Like, they were just coming up with every single reason. So now we have a human character that suffers the exact same fate, and she comes back with little to no injuries. This is like a major thing that's done in this show, where characters have like god level plot armor. They somehow survive life ending injuries time and time again. And the worst part about it is that's not the dumbest bit of plot armor in the show or even in this episode, because later on it does something unforgivable. I mean, the show's existence is actually unforgivable, but it just commits cardinal sin after cardinal sin to the degree that we've never seen before. So the transport ship from the last episode with all the people on it are trying to fly to safety, and somehow a Star Destroyer is on him, and somehow the Star Destroyer misses every single shot. And this ship that we know of has no shields, no defenses, and it's not only like completely outclassed, outmatched, but it has no defense. And somehow this Star Destroyer cannot take this little transport ship out. So they come up with a plan to have Obi WAN face Vader. So they try to do like the New Hope thing where he's like, it's me he wants. I'll buy you the time so you could escape. And he gets off on, I guess, an even smaller transport ship, like a one-man ship, and goes to a random planet. Vader gets word of this. Of course, the Star Destroyer has like the best radar technology in the galaxy, and they said there's one life form aboard. You know, Vader instantly knows who it is, and they go to this abandoned planet for their fateful duel here. And this duel's choreography is bad, and it makes no sense at all. Obi-Wan actually overpowers Vader, and it's shocking to see. Not only in the Force, but in lightsaber combat. And he has multiple opportunities to kill Vader and does not take advantage. I know some people say, oh, he's not trying to kill him. He's trying to bring him back to the light. So this is one of the few instances where I'll actually let something slide. And because he pummel strikes his like control box on his chest. He slashes him in the face. I'm getting ahead of myself because there's two duels going on at the same time. It cuts back to Reva, and Reva is hunting for Luke. And for some reason, she is getting outclassed by the Luke's caretakers. And she's like losing the fight against them. It's really shocking to watch. And she finally realized that she has a lightsaber. She cuts in half like this pole that Owen was using to beat her down, overwhelms him, and something happens in the show that we've seen before where kids can outrun and outmaneuver adults. So it does a typical Star Wars thing where it cuts in between two battles, like it's cutting back and forth between the two battles. So it goes back to the Obi Wan duel with Vader, and Vader's not defending himself. It's shocking to watch. And then he finally decides, wait, I'm super strong. So he just like throws Obi-Wan in a pit. So I guess he was trying to like set it up so their lightsaber slashes and stuff on the ground were creating this pit. Keep in mind, I'm fresh off of watching this, so I might be slightly wrong on this. But it looked like that Vader was like he was thinking tactically here. And he drops Obi-Wan in this pit and he buries the man alive. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, he just dropped thousands of pounds worth of rocks on him. He killed Obi-Wan. But we know that Obi-Wan's not dead because he's alive in A New Hope, right? It cuts back to the Reva thing. I'm just going to sum up the Reva thing because it's just so pointless. And we kind of understood what was going to happen to her character like from the beginning. And spoiler alert, if you're for some reason you're still watching this and you haven't seen the show, she doesn't die. It's really weird. She like goes back to the light side. She's like, I can't kill him because I don't want to become the thing that I hate, which is like a cliche plot point. So I'm surprised Reva didn't die. I really am. She took mortal wounds and bounced back from that just like one day later. So I guess she has some kind of regenerative properties. She probably will show up in the next season. So I guess there's more of that. Anyway, Obi-Wan, like he uses the power of flashbacks and friendship to conjure the strength to knock all the rocks off of him. Even though he just took thousands of pounds worth of rocks on top of his body, which should have crushed and killed him instantly. I guess another bit of plot armor. I mean, at this point, what do you expect? We've seen these people escape death to an unrealistic level at this point. So he's dueling Vader, and I forgot. He does like this Avatar thing where he's controlling all of the rocks, and he's just throwing rocks at Vader. Vader's not defending himself. He's still getting overwhelmed and still losing this duel. It's one of the dumbest like aesthetic things I've ever seen in any movie, and I'm not even trying to be dramatic, and I'm not even just like ranting for the sake of ranting. It's bad. And he does like the Rebels thing. If you ever saw the duel between Darth Vader and Ahsoka in Star Wars Rebels, where she cuts like his mask slightly off, like his mask is literally slashed with a lightsaber, and then it's like half Anakin, half Darth Vader, right? To show the parallel, the duality of man. Yeah, we get it, right? And he does that, so he sees Anakin's face, and then the voice modulator's messed up, so it's like Anakin's voice coming through, and then it's like Darth Vader's voice coming through. And I guess that's supposed to be emotional, but we've seen it before, and it didn't make sense how none of these attacks kill Vader. Now, I think his armor, like body armor, is lightsaber proof because he took a hit from Luke in Empire Strikes Back, right? So the body armor I can buy, but the head armor, if he takes a slash with that, it should do some kind of major damage to his body. And when Ahsoka did it, it was a sneak attack. She was off balance, so it wasn't a full force hit. Obi-Wan hits him with a full force hit. It just makes Vader look weak and incompetent when he needs to be, I guess. In this very episode, Inquisitor backtalks him. He does nothing. Obi-Wan overwhelms him, leaves him for dead on this planet. He does nothing. It's like he forgets to use the Force. I don't think he would have allowed Obi-Wan to fly away from this planet at all. So Obi-Wan's walking away. For some reason, he turns his back on him. Vader's either force pulling him back, throwing his lightsaber, do something, right? No. The rest of this episode, after that duel and after Reva's little redemption where she cries and throws her lightsaber on the ground because she can't kill Luke, brings him back to his aunt and uncle and tells Obi-Wan that she can't be like him. You know, we've seen it all before. It's just actually pointless filler from this point on. Leia's back on her planet and Obi-Wan meets Luke, which is canon breaking because Luke not only sees the Force being used by Reva, he sees a lightsaber, right? I might be wrong. He sees Obi-Wan's lightsaber and he sees Reva's lightsaber. Just complete nonsense. And if you weren't insulted enough by this episode, Liam Neeson decides to sell his soul for like a 5-second cameo. It shows up as Qui-Gon Jinn. You know, something we wanted to see from the beginning, but apparently we only get it here when Obi-Wan reconnects to the Force. And that's the end of the episode. So, and I skipped some stuff, but just know that they say like a lot of memes, like they say the hello there meme. Obi-Wan does some signature poses, and this is just kind of me letting you know what to look for if you haven't seen the episode, or to kind of warn you to not be played or not be distracted by memes, iconic imagery, things of that nature. This show is bad and nothing they can do could have saved it at this point. The lightsaber duels are sloppy and clunky. The power of the lightsabers are inconsistent. The power of the characters are inconsistent. It's just a jumbled mess. Now, is this the best episode so far? I'll say it's the most action-packed episode. I think every episode is honestly on its like own standard. Like, they're all like subpar at best. The imagery on screen that you're watching is actually like my reaction to certain parts of the episode. I didn't know what to put on the screen. This is supposed to be like talk radio format. You don't have to look at me the entire time. Just, I don't know, clean your house, build your own lightsaber, write your own fan script that's better than this. Just do anything while you're listening to me. But everything sucks. Signing out. What did you think about this episode? And what do you think could have been done better, if anything? Let's hear some fan rewrites in my comment sections. But until next time, everything sucks. Signing out.